The sports animal. The sports animal.
It's a business, obviously, it's about time somebody like that stands up, and it's not just a situation here. It happens throughout the league, and to have one of our peers like Trent, a very valued guy on the field and off the field, to stand up like that, it means a lot to just not us as players, but as the NFL as well. Obviously, his scare is one that you never want to have, but at the end of the day, you got to take care of himself. He's made a lot of money throughout his NFL career, and obviously he still wants to play. He loves the game. There's no doubt about that, but he has to take care of himself first.
So I'm going to walk you through how I think the great left tackle, Trent Williams, could end up a Cleveland Brown. Starts by demanding a trade out of Washington. Now, why does Trent Williams demand a trade out of Washington, where he's really the only true star on that entire roster? As a matter of fact, Pro Football Focus noted on Tuesday he has the third highest grade over the past 3 seasons among left tackles, right? I mean, Joe Staley just got extended to 49ers, and he's one of those 2 dudes that ranks higher than he does. And the team's overall pass blocking and run blocking grades go into the toilet when Williams is off the field. So you can see his volume. That's like his plus or minus. Now, he signed a 5-year deal worth $68 million with $41 plus in guaranteed money in 2015, which at the time made him the highest paid offensive tackle in football. But the reason that he demanded a trade is because of a recent quote-unquote medical situation where he had a tumor removed from his head. Now, according to Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, doctors thought that the growth could be malignant, but the surgery was performed and there's no issue. So Trent is fine. Good for him. Then, on Tuesday, you find out it's benign, like I said, and Williams is expected to be back at training camp. Training camp is ways off, but right now he's going, I want out. Because this is a team doctor thing, and it's a trust thing. It's not a money thing, and that's what makes this interesting. It's kind of like Kawhi Lowry at San Antonio. He said, I wanted out not because you weren't going to pay me, but because I don't trust y'all to keep me healthy and to get me well. Now, Trent is going to turn 31 this year, which is ridiculous because I turned 32 this year. And that's, man, to be young in one career and older in another. He's played a 16-game full season just twice in almost 10 years, a 9-year career, so that's durability is an issue for Trent. And he hasn't really played 16 straight games since 2013, so it's been a while. Now, left tackle is still one of those premier positions in football. It's actually like left tackle, quarterback, and then slot corner, really, when you're talking about the premier positions in football. So if Washington wanted to trade Trent Williams, and I don't think they do, they're asking people to take on a cap hit of about $11 million to a new team, right? Which can be done, but there's only a few teams that have that much space. One of those teams is the Cleveland Browns. They have cap space in excess of $32 million, and their starting tackle last year was Greg Robinson, who is serviceable, but he ain't the kind of dude that would keep Trent Williams off the field. So we know that John Dorsey is willing to go out there and get free agents, and he's willing to trade to get dudes he knows can play now and guys that he likes and guys that he scouted for some time. We know that he brought Gerald McCoy in for a visit. He tried to get Baker Mayfield to give him the full court press. Gerald McCoy ended up a Carolina Panther on a 1-year deal. But with Trent Williams going, I do not trust the doctors at Washington to help me out. I think he can actually force his way out of there in a real way because the doctors are going to stay the doctors unless you want to fire them. But if you fire them, who's doing the hiring? And I find all that to be terribly interesting ahead of what is going to be a very big year for Washington, no matter how you want to break it up, and a very big year for Cleveland, no matter how you want to break it up, because Washington is going to be breaking in a brand new quarterback. You need Dwayne Haskins' blind side protected, while Cleveland has every opportunity to absolutely make a run at a division title and be one of the contenders for the Super Bowl if the talent reaches the level that we think it can reach. I mean, we know that they're stupidly talented. We know that they're a lot of fun all of a sudden. And we know that the man's Baker Mayfield is leading them on. I find this to all be really, really interesting. And we're going to see how it shakes out. But I really think that he could force his way out. And if he does, he should, because if you can't trust the doctors, you can't trust anybody. We would all go get new doctors if we can't trust them. And in some cases, we bring actions against them because we can't trust them and we feel like they have betrayed our trust in such a way that we want monetary concerns. Trent Williams is going to get paid no matter what he's doing because he's one of the best at what he does. I don't necessarily think that it would be in Washington's best interest to force that man to stay a Redskin. I don't think it would be in their best interest because they are in a rebuilding phase as it is. Like I said, he's their only pure star. He's the only guy that you might show up to watch. And who shows up to watch left tackles? Let that man go. Let Cleveland take on the weight if it ends up being Cleveland. It could be a number of different teams. And then hit the total reset and let Dwayne Haskins get his head caved in. Or don't. Throw out a backup. Let that person get his head caved in. And just take this 3-13 season that you're about to get.